Hello people, this is Steel Gray 666 of YouTube. And you're in for a treat. This is a very old game called Dungeon Siege, which originally was in competition with Diablo. It sadly didn't really make it, but it was a source of many hilarious mods, including anime ones, which were quite popular. Now let's get started. I'm going to do a full Let's Play of this, just like Rage and Left 4 Dead, and I will continue to work on those, no worries. But I want to do something more in my ballpark, and that's RPGs. Now this is a hack and slash dungeon RPG, so bear with me. Let's give them a different name. I'll give them the name I got. Then. Now just look at this in-depth character creator. Look at that. Isn't that just amazing? Well, you see, if I go for white hair, I automatically get this strange mustache. I don't have a choice in that matter. Oh well. And I'll just go with my usual t-shirt and jeans, or what vaguely resembles jeans. I am not exactly sure. And I'm going to go for single-player campaign, I would say. Definitely. Because it's more interesting. Well, actually, Legend of Aranna is pretty fun, but still. Here we go. And no. Here we go. Now, check out this fancy cinematic. I mean, this is great.
A long time ago, on the continent of Aranna, the once magnificent empire of stars had crumbled into oblivion, paralyzed by its own power-hungry legion, and torn asunder by an ancient and merciless ego. But the 10th Legion, the dying empire's most valiant soldier and most trusted, withdrew far to the west, to a land called Ed, seeking to preserve what their empire had lost. Here, in the rugged mountains and the rich valleys of their new home, they founded the kingdom of Ed, the kingdom that has embraced peace and freedom for 300 years. But there was a price. Few now remember the evil that opposed them. Fewer still recall the dark sorceries cast to save them. And none could foretell that one humble father would stand between a vengeance from the past and the survival of the kingdom.
Time for a skill flip. That's right. It flipped.
The crowd are attacking. I couldn't hold them back. You have long been my friend, but you can do nothing more for Old North. Go to Stonebridge. Find Bjorn. The Krug have elsewhere betrayed us. Bravery will be needed by the king.
Amazing how I automatically knew I was like some amazing hero of a farmer. If all I ever done is bring up vegetables, my destiny shows on power. And look at that. Let's take a stance like a boss, pull out a knife, totally forget all the buttons. I don't need tips. Phew. I definitely don't need a hoe. I do need that, because I'm going spell casting this time. I'm going to go nature. Where's my zap? Yay! Alright. Alright, the neat thing about this game is that you only have 4 different types of skills. Your melee, ranged, nature, and combat. But you can mix them. You can make a jack of all trades, which will be a little weaker in all of them, but would be quite viable actually in this game. You can go completely combat magic and based mostly in like fire, explosive spells, and really aggressive summons. But they do have a less summoning time and usually a little less HP too. You specialize in nature magic, which is typically healing magic, lightning, water, and ice. It's also a great buffing magic. Combat magic has some buffs, but don't last as long and as nearly as potent as nature magic. And range and melee, well, you really don't get any moves, so to speak. Your skills just get higher, and that kind of affects your stats, because as your skills go up, based on whatever you're using at the time. So like right now I'm using nature magic, so my intelligence is going to go up. I forgot what button that was. See up here, intelligence is affected by magic. Dexterity is affected by range, and strength is affected by melee. All of them go up, no matter what you're using, but depending on what you're using, depends on the speed they will go up. So you can really shape your character almost any way. One of the fun builds is a combat magic melee build, because there's certain abilities in this game that came out with Legends of Aranna, where you could transform yourself into creatures. So with nature magic really high, or combat magic, whichever you want, because they both have transformations, you'll have a lot of intelligence and a lot of mana, which will translate to you whether you have a lot of HP or not. And then your strength will give you your, physical attack strength from those monsters. The same is said of like some range transformations. So it's really neat what you can do. I mean, if you want to be like a paladin kind of deal, go for it. That's why I love this game. There's just so much you can do with it. Now, this is pretty easy to get if you just want to torrent it, to be honest, because it's hard to find otherwise, and really isn't all that compatible with most computers in its CD form, I would say. So if you pirated it, it's not really that big of a deal. I don't really condone pirating, but this is a hard to find game, and usually CDs aren't in the best of condition. If you want to play this online, and actually play with other people that play this game, there is a program called GameRanger. I really do recommend it. You can play a lot of old games with other people that are interested in doing so. It's what I use to play this with a couple of my friends, even though we don't really play anymore. It's easy to use. Like Fraps and... well, actually, not like Fraps. Like some other voice programs, it actually has very little effect on your processing. There's little effect on any of your activities, so it really blends in and it doesn't cause any problems. Or you can do the old LAN-style IP hosted deal. Yes, I'm sorry I only have one spell right now. And I am pretty weak. Nature magic starts out very weak. It does get strong later, but still. If you guys have any questions about this game, feel free to comment. Because I still love this game after many, many years. And there is a sequel, so maybe I'll do a Let's Play of that after this one. I'm a big RPG fan. And I admit, I love Diablo, but I played this a lot more than I did Diablo. No classes, and very freeform. And very simple. This is a hack and slash game. If you're just looking for a dungeon crawler, then this is it. Oh, and do not compare it to Dungeon Siege 3, because Dungeon Siege 3 is absolute, without a doubt, complete shit. One of the worst games I have ever played. And I don't want to say much more on that. Just say it's a travesty, and honestly, Obsidian just worked together with Gasparic Games, honestly, in the franchise. Because a lot of people were asking for a sequel to Siege 2. Because it really wasn't as good as the first one. But there were some good new features that were really the people's liking, like the skills. And people have been asking for a sequel for so long. And I think, honestly, Dungeon Siege 3 was just made for a quick buck to cash in on those people. And to shut up fans. Because, honestly, after that travesty, people are not going to ask for another Dungeon Siege. So they don't have to worry about the franchise anymore. It's off their hands. And I apologize, I will be using one spell for a while. I don't even have a healing spell yet. Which isn't, honestly, that good of a thing. And you will be seeing me kiting quite a lot. Because there'll be some huge mobs later, and they will eat me alive. They will just kick my ass. You probably notice I'm actually a little more active talking on this. This is really my thing. I like Rage, I like Left 4 Dead, but RPGs will always be my style. But if there's any other old games out there you guys got questions about, or if you'd like to play with me on Dungeon Siege sometime, just post in the comments. I am completely happy to play with people on this game. Level 3? Shit, I remember that. Oh, that brings me to another funny topic, buffs. This game is hilarious when it comes to buffs. You can actually buff for literally thousands of seconds. As long as you have mana. You can just... oh shit, I'm gonna die. You can just keep buffing until you run out of mana potions or whatever you got. And that's actually recommended. You just go into a shop, buy as many mana potions as you can, and then buff yourself in the thousands. Like for every buff. And then just clear up your inventory after that. That way for like 30 minutes or so you can keep your buffs. Because buffs only last for so many minutes or so many seconds, especially certain ones. Which makes them a pain in the ass. So you gotta really work on it. Gotta work those buffs. I think I might be missing something. Shit. There's a bear around here. There's a cave. I still remember it. And he gives you a really nice beginner armor. Ah, here we go. Hopefully he doesn't just maul my ass. Really like to not die in one hit. Die, motherfucker! Nope. Yeah, talk about old. You can literally exploit his attack. I'm kind of failing at that right now. Shit! Cause see, his attack won't hit until that animation is done. Okay. Like I said, I'm really weak right now. So you can just walk back and forth like that and just really exploit that shit. I mean, this game is fun. I love being able to do that. Oh, sell value 1, fuck that crap. In case any of you are Dungeon Siege fans, I won't be doing the little secret of the cow level. For those, I mean, not the cow level, chicken level, sorry, that's Diablo. For those of you who don't know, the chicken level is a special level where there's tons of chickens with thousands, I mean like tens of thousands of HP, which is hard for even normal characters to deal with. And then a super farmer. Now you heard me right. Super farmer. And they totally kick your ass, but there's just so much good gear, loot, money. And honestly, it's superior to the cow level in every way. Because you just get so much good shit. Well, the cow level, you grind it like mad and usually got no good shit. You know what I mean? Oh, no. Kite. Oh, come on. My intelligence went up. Oh, right. Damage doesn't raise based on intelligence, it raises based on actual magic level. My nature magic is still at 1. As you can tell from my amazing damage here. Oh, come on. Thank you. Oh, what an awesome weapon. A chuck. All I need is a staff. Whee! Haha. So you can just exploit the animations. It's pretty funny. Not so easy in very big groups and later in the game, for sure. Because most stuff will kick your ass at that point. But we will see. And I think that'll end the first part of my Let's Play for Dungeon Siege 1. The original campaign. Till next time, I am signing out.